flowers. So we can understand that people are crazy, because they're ready to pay 22 million for some droopy looking flower. And there are billions of flowers that look beautiful. If you go to Africa, the flowers this big, that big. Butterflies that big. They're amazing. The colors are unbelievable. There's no one who can paint like that. Not even the best artists in the world, if they put all their brains together, could design such a beautiful creation. But we take that for granted. Familiarity breeds contempt, isn't it? We're familiar with Krishna's creation, so we're contemptuous of it. We take it for granted. Just like your mother and father, when they looked after you so well, now they're getting old. You couldn't care less, isn't it? I'm not accusing any individual. I'm saying generally, people say, oh, I don't want them around that room all the time. So we put them in old people's home. We put them in a wheelchair and push them in quick. Get them in there. So similarly with Krishna, there are such beautiful creation of Krishna's creation, but because we don't know where it's coming from, Janmadasya, we don't know where it's coming from, therefore we are not appreciative of how it came, what it is, or why it's there. So human life is meant for understanding the cause, not only the effect. Animal means to be absorbed in the effect. You see? An animal is also looking at grass, but the animal couldn't care tuppence where it came from. They couldn't care tuppence because as far as the animal is concerned, it tastes good. That's all. That means animal life. Animal life means to put in your belly. So, but not to think, oh, how such a nice thing is coming in my belly. You see? Such a nice sweetness, such a nice taste. You know, there was one yogi. He said that he could turn food into gold, more than gold. So people could not believe him. So he made a challenge. So he got one couple, and he put gold on the table, and he put a nice, very nice loaf of bread and butter. So he said, I will turn this butter and bread into more valuable than that gold. So they couldn't understand that gold was there. So he told them, you have to sit here and look at both of them and see which one becomes more important to you. So they sat there day after day. And then they were so starving they ate the bread. So the gold became insignificant. So actually, in reality, just like if I fill this room with American $100 bills, but you haven't eaten for 2 weeks, they'll do you no good. If you come in here, you can't eat the American dollar bills. So you will starve to death. But if there's some nice food stuff in here, you will become very happy. You see? So we should understand where happiness comes from. It comes from the variegated situation. As Bhakti Siddhanta said, the variegated situation which is opposed to undifferentiation. Undifferentiation is negation of reality. So therefore the Vedanta Sutra is dealing with what is the reality of the Absolute Truth. The Absolute Truth is identified first of all by his personality. Like anyone, you identify them by their personality. You don't say, oh, when you meet someone, you don't say, hey, you look like you got some nice bones. You look like your bones are really good. I want to have a look at your bones. No. Or you don't say, I bet you got some lovely giblets inside you. I bet you, if you meet a girl and you say, wow, you must have some lovely giblets inside you. No. You're interested in the personality, isn't it? So you go, oh my dear Gucci Gucci. You whisper nice things in the air, isn't it? How is my nice daisy pie? So, the taste comes from personality to personality. This is rasa. This is called rasa. We have to have some rasa, sweetness. It comes from personality. So everything is personal in this creation. Just like if you're lying in a hospital and I bring you some nice fruit, that's an act of love, isn't it? But if I bring you some pieces of rock or iron, then you'll think, what the heck is this? This guy's an idiot. You probably take the rock and pop them on the head. If you haven't eaten anything for 2 days and someone brings you some iron or some paper, there's no real rasa. So we must understand God's creation is full of taste. So that means, where does the taste come from? Just like I've got taste. I've got taste. I've got a tongue, I've got a nose. Now, if you notice, everything you've got, you're always stuffing things in it, isn't it? In the ears, then we come here to stuff lots of sound in our ears. Isn't it? We're stuffing up our nose. We want the nice smell of posy and flowers and so many nice lumps. You go around all day. Boy, you smell it. So you have good smells, bad smells. Especially these toilets are going to really start to smell. So then you go into a nice garden, there's some nice smell. So there's always something going in, into our ears, into our eyes, into our nose. Why is everything going in and not much coming out? You see? What comes out? If you look at your contribution to this planet, it's not a lot, is it? Let's be honest. What have you actually contributed towards this planet? Huh? In terms of material content. Not a lot. What you've done is you may have, what you call it, recycled biological degradable items. But in actuality, your contribution is zero. It's not really much. The only thing you can contribute is from here. You see? So human life means to give some contribution in the sense of developing your buddhi yoga. Krishna says buddhi means intelligence. Intelligence means to understand how things work. That's why in technology, the biggest scientists are all the ones who know how things work, isn't it? Rihanna. They have to know how things work. This is called technique. The technique of understanding how things work. It is not a creative science. It is not a creative science. It's an exploitive science. It is a science of exploitation, not creation. So therefore the tendency of man is to exploit the situation, to use various types of techniques. Just like a thief, when he wants to rob a bank, he needs a good technique. You can't just walk in and grab the money and hope that you get away with it. You have to have a very intelligent formula for separating the money from the bank. So similarly, we come into this world and we develop various types of technique in order to, what? In order to benefit ourselves more and more. We need more and more benefit because we're always in need. We're always in need. We need more sense gratification. We need more happiness. We need more love. Who doesn't need love here? Anyone doesn't need any love? Who doesn't want to be loved? Yes, we need love. But we can't get it very easy. It's not easy to find love. When people got love, they become busy. Isn't it? When they fall, have you ever seen couples when they fall in love? They're gone. Because we're very anxious for love. But we don't know what to love. That is the problem. Individually we can love each other, but we are the effect. So one effect loving another effect is not full, it's not complete. It's not complete love. Because that love is only partial. But because we belong within the unlimited, we need unlimited love. You see? Unlimited. Just like you want to be happy, unlimited. You don't want just a little drop of happiness, is it? If I put your tongue, that's your breakfast, isn't it? For breakfast you get a little drop. That's it. No, you need substance, substantial. So everybody wants to find some substantial love, some substantial happiness, some substance in this material world. But the substance here is inferior. That is the problem. It is not that it's not a substance, it's a real substance. But it's inferior. Inferior in what? It's inferior in its function. The function is inferior. Just like this body is definitely a substance. And it definitely functions. But it is inadequate. Inadequate function. So we are always trying to make it adequate. We want to have some adequacy, some wholesomeness. We want some wholesomeness. So wholesome means absolute. Absolute truth is the absolute, means the complete wholesomeness. So God is completely unlimited. There is absolutely no limitation in God. And there's no limitation in His creation. Just like if I ask you to count how many pieces of grass in this field, will anyone be able to count? I will give you 100,000 pounds if you count every blade of grass in the country of England. You can't count. It's not possible. Because it's unlimited. Just like your hair, you can't even count your hair. Because there's so many of them, isn't there? So when there's too many, we become bewildered. We can't, it's out of our scope. So God is unlimited in every way. His creation is unlimited. If you look at night, you see unlimited planet. Your body is full of unlimited arrangement. There's so many different arrangements. You can't fathom the body in a whole lifetime. Everything is wonderful. Wonderful means beyond human conception. Therefore God is called Adhokshaja. Adhokshaja means beyond the scope of the senses. It's not difficult to understand. Just like everyone sitting in this room. Can anyone see their eyelashes? They're the nearest things to your eyes. Your eyelashes. Who can see your eyelashes? Let's all have a go. First one to see their eyelashes. No, you can't touch them. You have to see without touching. Can you see? But they're the nearest thing to you. You can't get any closer than that. And we can't see the planet Jupiter. Has anyone seen the planet Jupiter with their eyes? Have you seen? Fully? No, a little bit. You haven't seen fully with your eyes. Maybe through a telescope, but not through eyes. So anything which is too far away is inconceivable. Anything which is too near, your eyelashes are inconceivable. Do you know that? Technically they're inconceivable because you can't see them. That means inconceivable. Conceive means to conceive, isn't it? And inconceivable means beyond your conception. So therefore, what to speak of God? How can we say that God is perceivable by our tiny little pea brain? Our brain is only very tiny. We can just about understand very things. We can understand things when they're at a certain distance. Just like my eyesight is going. If I put the book here, I can't see anything. If I come here, I can see. No, I can't see anything here. From here I can see. You see? Within what is called a condition. Under a certain condition I can function. So that condition is there beyond my control. I have no control over my condition. My condition is I was born in a certain family. I grew up in a certain country. I went to a certain school. I did so many things. So my life is just a whole load of conditions, isn't it? It's a whole bunch of conditions. Most of them I have no control over whatsoever.